Okay, pay to play basketball. Any tax implications? Okay, more tax questions. I think I have answered this question or a variation of this question already. So we actually do pay our winners. I know some companies don't pay, but for our events that are sponsored by us, we pay you. Now, we do host events for other companies, and how they pay you is how they pay you. It's their own business. We don't get into all of that. If a company hires us to host an event and they pay you with vouchers or gift cards, that's between you and that company. We tell you ahead of time, like if we send an email regarding another company that's hosting an event, we tell you ahead of time that how they pay you. But once we hand it over to them, then that's between you and that company. Our events will have our name attached to it. Promotional events for youth don't involve money. Okay, so with taxes, different regions interpret laws differently, so we can't give you a definitive answer regarding taxes. People who only attend promotional events, you're not a sports club member. It will be more difficult for you to write off expenses. But for those of you who are sports club members or are thinking about becoming a sports club member, sports club members join with the expectation of a return on investment. That's why we have our revenue share and other things, and obviously if you win a competition and you get the cash windfall, that's where that comes in. But you also have to think of yourself as a business, so you're also doing business write-offs. So as your own business, you should be entitled to write off expenses, but we're not a tax professional, so you'd have to ask your local tax professional. Sports club members are in business for themselves, so if you're being charged a tax as a business owner, make sure you write off your expenses. Again, this is why we tell you to make sure you have a passport. And if you're a sports club member, if you're a sports club member, get involved in your business. What we're offering is much more than what most people understand. It becomes more clear when you get involved. So if you're traveling to one of our sports events, that should be a tax write-off. As we've told sports club members, we offer you gigs. Expenses related to those gigs are also tax write-offs. If you win a tournament and win money, don't forget to include your annual membership dues and all the other expenses that led to you winning the tournament. If you had to hire a shooting coach, for example, that's a tax write-off. So you're getting paid to play basketball. You're in business for self. With that said, we're not tax professionals. When asked if you're a sports club member, tell your tax preparer that this is your business. As a sports club member, you're assisting us in selling our game of basketball, which is our skills competitions. If you win a tournament, you should still attend all available tournaments and write off all your expenses related to those tournaments. Because let's say you win a skills tournament and you get a giant windfall of cash and you don't attend any more events for the year, you're going to end up you'd probably get a higher tax bill than if you had used that same money that you're going to end up giving back to the government to actually go on vacation. So you might find that you pay more taxes, whereas had you traveled with us, not only would you enjoy yourself on vacation, but you'd also have more expenses to write off. We don't give tax advice, but when you become a sports club member, we advise you to think of yourself as a business professional.